This video is sponsored by Reolink. Alright, this is a delightfully little box. Alright, inside we've got Bond Touch. Uh-oh, I don't like that. And we've also got another, this looks a little sus.
Yeah? In what way?
Bond Touch works in pairs. One for you, one for me. Do I have to do this with Ken?
Wait, what? With me? You have a wife.
All right. Before we get demonetized, it is wholesome.
Is it though?
Yes.
Where does the bracelet go? This doesn't look like a bracelet. Oh, there's a bracelet underneath. Okay. We're better.
All right, get your mind out of the gutter.
You have to like download the app and everything. We'll be right back after we download apps. So it took a little longer than I thought to charge, but we are now partners, Ken.
Oh boy. Yeah.
So hello, this is us. There's a heart in between us. And now I think if we double tap on our Bond Touches, if I double tap and start touching.
Touch me, Austin.
Okay, here we go.
Oh my God.
Ready?
Ooh. That's the touch I haven't felt in a long time.
All right, touch me back. Let's go. Whoa. Oh, what a complicated rhythm of love, Ken. So if I swipe left, I can add a meaning. So add a meaning. So the meaning could be, I miss you, I love you, check your phone, I'm safe, or whatever.
Where's SOS?
Wait, now I'm playing it back for myself. What?
I'm touching.
I'm touching myself. This is unfortunate.
So the Bond Touch bracelet, remember, you have to buy 2 of them to work.
Yeah, of course, Matt.
Do they come in a pair?
They do not come in pair. You have to buy them individually. Each one individually costs a hilarious $69.
Nice. Okay, I see what they're doing here. Yeah, this is bad. Don't buy this at all. This makes no sense. There's about anything that you could do would be better than this. You could send a letter, perhaps, a phone call, a telegram,
Mail
a ring pop,
pigeon.
a WhatsApp. Yep.
No, this is perfect because next time I go to a dinner party and I want to leave and I don't want to be really obvious and send a text message, I'll be like, no, I gotta leave.
Or you can just get up and leave like a normal person.
You sure? Okay, all right, I caught it. This, my friends, is a kind gift from our sponsors today, Reolink, and their brand new Altas PZ camera. We got ourselves the 4K camera. Look at this. You have the ability to not only tilt, but also rotate, so I can be watching you. Imagine just going like, zzz, zzz. Is that really what the solar panel looks like? Oh, no, I guess that is what the solar panel looks like. Oh, so let me take this outside, install it, and I will report back on how the 4K image quality has revolutionized my viewing of the outside world. I recently had to install a security camera, so this came at a perfect time. The night vision footage is especially nice, but after using the Altas PT Ultra, there are a few things that immediately set itself apart. The big headline is the humongous battery. The 20,000 mAh cell is about twice as big as similar cameras. On a full charge, you can get 96 hours of continuous recording, or up to 16 months under certain modes. Just imagine that battery combined with some solar charging. The other huge pain point for me that Reolink solved is the pre-recording mode. Traditionally, motion-triggered cameras have a bit of delay. That's the difference between capturing the moment and only getting the last few seconds and trying to figure out who hit my garbage cans. I mean, it could be anything, but the pre-recording means that the Altas PT Ultra enters a standby and decoding mode so that it is constantly caching footage. When motion triggers the camera, the cached footage is included with the actual footage, so you'll have the event and even the footage leading up to the event. You can even set guard points in the app so it can automatically watch everything for you. Now, if you excuse me, I've got some inconsiderate neighbors to catch. A big thanks to Reolink though for sponsoring this video. Use the link in the description to get yourself up to 20% off. Oh, hi Matt. Thanks. I did catch it technically. This is a DIY tiny TV. What? It's an actual 3D printed TV with a preloaded micro SD card. So you got ourselves our little baby 3D printed TV. We have a delightfully tiny channel remote. You see how little that is?
It looks pretty big in your hands.
You know, I have average size hands, just so you know. Says that you can assemble in less than 5 minutes with no soldering or special tools.
There is a tutorial, and the tutorial's 4 minutes.
How about I just figure it out?
Well,
No.
that's where you...
Okay, we're at 2:30 right now on the clock.
I'm just gonna figure it out. You're about to be amazed at how
He
smart
has
I am.
until 7 minutes and 30 seconds to have this finished.
All right, I'm gonna figure this out. I don't need your instructions. Look at how little that screen is. It's so cute. Much like me.
No, debatable.
I'm known as little and cute. You know that?
No.
Well,
I knew about the little part.
You're funny. I'm gonna do a test fit to make sure everything is actually correct. And then you're all gonna have to eat your words that I know what I'm talking about.
Bro, 15 minutes have went by.
How long has it been? I'm well within it, see?
Well, there's a 1-0 there, my dude.
All right, is
Maybe
everyone
they would
ready?
have taught you that in school if you went to it.
Built it by myself.
Sounds super good.
I don't know if you can really blame me for that. So for context, as we all know, the Z Flip is small, but that's a Z Flip compared to the TV. It is absolutely tiny. How much was the tiny DIY TV?
Okay, so you know, it's not exactly cheap,
Okay.
but it is a DIY thing.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
had to make it from custom,
Sure.
so it was $75.
Okay. I mean.
Anytime you start with, so you know.
Yeah. You know what? Thumbs up. A little expensive. That was delightful. Unfortunately, Canadian. So, so much for any close-ups of that one. It's pretty good.
Why do we let him do this?
Behold, my friends, the cure to all your ills in life. Neurable. Does this shock me?
I hope so.
Why don't you just open the box?
Inside we have, oh, good Lord. The Mind Unlocked. Meet the MW75 Neuro. Oh, there's a letter. There's a letter. Austin, we are thrilled to introduce you to a groundbreaking advancement in audio and neural technology. They're headphones. Wait,
Oh.
Neurable AI headphones? We can't wait to see how our headphones help you achieve more with the power of neurotechnology. Welcome to a new dawn of human-tech interaction. Oh, this is Black Mirror. I don't like this. I don't like this. So this is actually a collab product because it's with Master and Dynamic, who I know are a pretty well-respected audio company, from my understanding, but it's powered by Neurable AI. So my first question is, how is this going to interface with my brain? Because sure, it's not just like a regular pair of headphones,
Let me
right?
read this line to you.
Please describe to me what I'm looking at here.
The MW75 Neuro's EEG sensors track
Oh.
your focus while you work and study to reduce burnout.
So it actually is EEG scanning my brain. This seems like something I need to spend some time with because as much as it's all fun and games, I guess the idea, the pitch, is that if this can actually work in determining your stress levels or whatever fidelity of the data they can pull out of an EEG, it could maybe tell you like, hey, you know what, you're burning out, time to take a break or something. I struggle a little bit with like how useful that could be because I feel like, at least for me, when I'm tired, I know it because I feel tired.
So, like, the reason why they gave you the games there is, for example, like you play the games like just to get like a sense of how your brain operates.
Yeah.
And whether or not it'll get distracted in certain places, and
Sure.
it'll help you min-max.
So basically, if I
for
put the
certain
headphones
situations.
on and I'm listening to you talk and I start to zone out, the headphones will tell me that what you're saying is boring and I should pay more attention.
Yeah.
All right, so I have now spent a few days with these Neurable headphones, the Master and Dynamic MW75s, and I have some thoughts. So first and foremost, I've learned a lot more about these headphones, and they're pricey. So these are $700 headphones. Now, before you scoff, they are based on the existing Master and Dynamic design, which are $600. So really, you're paying an additional $100 for the Neurable AI tech. Now, the way these work is inside the app, you can do a few different things. So essentially, it is supposed to measure your brain activity to determine focus. It works okay. So my downsides here are that the information doesn't feel enormously useful to me, if I'm being entirely honest with you. It's nice to know, hey, guess what? My headphones are telling me that I had 5 minutes of really high focus and a few minutes of low focus, and it can give you a notification like, hey, you know what? Maybe it's time to take a break. You're not paying as much attention. But as much as I think it's cool, I cannot say that this is worth $700, right? The headphones are decent, but I feel like it maybe needs a little bit more time in the oven. Okay. I'm
The
glad that
mystery
wasn't-
tech budget was a little low today, so.
Whoa! Is that birch? Is it, no, wait, is it pine? Oh, perhaps it's, I don't know.
It's pine. That one's pine.
It's pine!
What do you notice about that?
Yeah, like what's the texture?
The texture is wood. The smell is wood.
Would you say it's coarse?
You would say something like that. I think that's fair to say.
Well, we can solve that.
Okay, the Scruffy Glove 3000. Is this sandpaper gloves?
Yes.
Yo? It's definitely not recommended that you use this for, never mind.
Okay, all right. So the Scruffy Glove 2000 and 3000 are designed for color sanding. They work great to prepare surfaces for polishing and buffing. So I guess the idea is that if you need to sand and buff your vehicle before a little bit of paint action, or perhaps you want to gently caress something with a fine paper equivalent of 400 to 600 grit, then you could do it.
Grip it and rip it, boy. There you go.
Okay, so we're just gonna just gently sand it.
You want to be going up and down to give it nice, even.
I will actually say,
you want a long stroke, not.
I played this game before.
I will say,
Splinter Cell.
you know what, though, actually, here, does anyone want to evaluate my wood?
Wow, it's so much smoother. A lot thinner than I thought it'd be.
Took Eli.
It did work.
Wait, I missed a spot here.
Yeah.
You see all the wood shavings that are just falling off right now?
Austin,
Oh God.
Austin looking like he found the Sears catalog for the first time.
Anyone will tell you.
Good housekeeping.
Good sanding, long strokes.
That might be the most polished piece of wood I've ever seen. Wait, was this mystery tech? Where was the tech part?
We've been shooting mystery tech for like 20 minutes. I don't know why you decided to do that.
Hello.
Hello.
Oh no, it's something he wants.
Yeah, he's being gentle with it again. He's being look at the look on this man's face. Look, he's smiling.
Anytime it's something he
He's
wants
like,
to take home,
oh look, here's
he'll walk
my
it gently over and place
my
it down.
AirPods 5. Oh.
AirPods 4.
AirPods 4.
We are
Okay,
getting
sure.
some.
Okay, is that but the? So this says Hummer on it.
Yes. I've had it on pre-order for the past like
Here's
2
the thing.
years.
This would be a lot funnier if Ken had not actually purchased a car for Mystery Tech a few years ago, but that car was like $5,000 or something. The Hummer's like $100,000. Did you borrow this car perhaps?
I mean, like, does a lease count? It's just a loan. It's a 36-month loan. I mean.
Let's go outside and see what the hell Ken has done this time.
All right.
Oh my
Here we are.
It's so big!
I know.
So
Okay.
this is one Austin for scale. It's big.
The reason why I really wanted it.
You really wanted it.
Yeah. I mean, we wanted it.
Oh God, are you doing crab walk?
It's sick, right?
Oh, that's actually really cool.
It's kind of cool.
So this is the standard SUV. So they also make a truck version of this. I'll say, as much as Ken's joking, this was a loaner from GM who let us borrow this truck.
For 36 monthly payments of
not true.
$1,300.
Not true, definitely not true. Let me spend some time with this Hummer EV and we'll find out what it can really do. So I've been living with the Hummer for almost a week now and I have a lot of thoughts. This is a ridiculous vehicle, but in a good way. If you own a Hummer EV, whether it be the SUV, which is what we've got here, or the truck, you gotta have a sense of humor. You can't take something like this seriously. This is a nearly 9,000 pound vehicle. To put that into perspective, the battery alone inside of this Hummer weighs as much as a Honda Civic. We're talking about 3,000 pounds of battery. So this will do fast charging, right? So you could do, I think, something like 200 kilowatts on the SUV if you go to a fast charger, or for a home charger, obviously it'll run at like, 7, 8 kilowatts, which is what I usually do at home. The problem is, because the battery is so big, I plugged this in at 40%, it took 15 hours to get to 95%, right? Any other vehicle would have been fully charged at that point. So you just kind of have to think about it, just like how a gas tank that's double the size takes twice as long to fill. Well, think about that when it comes to the battery. it's clear that like they have definitely put a lot of emphasis in trying to make this a fun, interesting, different kind of thing. And it does accomplish that. I really do like the Hummer. But you gotta have that sense of humor, because otherwise this thing makes absolutely no sense. It's huge, it's impractical, it is going to double your electricity bill if you gotta charge it all the time, and you definitely get a lot of looks. It is, though, fairly livable. If you can get past the idea that it's a really wide vehicle and it's kind of hard to park and whatnot, the four-wheel steer works wonders in helping you. I mean, I can make a U-turn in this better than I can in my Lexus IS 500, right? Those rear wheels turn at like some, I don't know what the degrees are, but like they really, really crank. And there's a lot that's delightful about this, you know? Like, it makes me laugh every time I punch the throttle and feel 800 pounds sending this 9,000 pound SUV freaking sitting up on its rear wheels, right? I gave my mom a ride in this. I punched it and she goes, "Are the front wheels even on the ground?" Like, it's such a silly, ridiculous thing. And after having spent some time with the Cybertruck, I'll be honest with you, I don't like the Cybertruck. Like, it feels like a regular Tesla. The Hummer, it is more impractical. It is a little bit bigger when it comes to the width and trying to fit things. And like, it's obviously not an apples to apples comparison. But the difference is, the Hummer feels like it's not taking itself so seriously. In the infotainment system, you can see your high scores on the max drift angle you've ever had. In an almost 9,000 pound SUV, you can see your max pitch, your max roll. It is a completely absurd thing to try to do any of this stuff in this huge SUV. If you own one of these, the real downsides are just that it is enormous and somewhat difficult to park and work with. It is a little bit loud given how huge the tires are and how unaerodynamic it is with wind noise. And the stereo is bad. This stereo is like fine on like a $25,000 car. This thing costs over 100 grand. Bose or not, sounds bad. But this is not for luxury. This is for someone who wants to have fun in a giant, ridiculous, lifted Hummer. And all I can say is, hell yeah, America, brother.